Action.
Hey guys, DanTheWolfman, the comment system. I'm going to do a follow-up video to what I filmed a month ago, the catch wrestling keylock video. It's really an arm weave. It just associations with the keylock. I showed that from guard. I'm going to talk about some variations here, some cool catch wrestling stuff that people don't think of, some arm submission options. Basically variations on a double wrist lock, or AKA Kimura for you other people out there. So, you know, the basic one here, I've got videos on before. Anytime you're here trying to isolate this down, if you ever get to this hold, which Demetrius Johnson had on Moraga, I believe in the first round, anytime you get this hold, there's a submission there. Or anytime the guy grabs his shorts to defend the double wrist lock, or anytime the guy grabs his hands together to grab the double wrist lock, you go to the old catch wrestling style key lock, not the paintbrush style key or Americana key lock, a different key lock. Here, under, okay, and then I'm going to sit to the other side of his head and take his arm. Okay, so that's even with his arms together. Even on a strong guy, I'm over 90%. I'm 100% if he grabs the shorts. And anytime you get here, like Demetrius Johnson, maybe I'll send this video to him on Facebook, maybe he'll see it. You got this, you should go for it. Okay, now let's talk guard. Now my video from a month ago was talking about, instead of double wrist locking with Kimura from guard, especially like off of Oppa sweep, and jumping to it. So find that video. Instead of jumping to this, which is still a good thing to drill for MMA, no-gi grappling. Instead of doing that, it's the bump to what I call the keylock, but it's really a single arm weave to jump it over here. You see I have him right here, and there's my submission. Okay, it's much more powerful. I have a nice angle of attack. Now these all kind of revolve around together. Look at that video. I got him again deep, one arm. Usually you can finish it this way, double arm. But let's say here, come to this side. Let's say here. Okay, so come to this side. I'm on a regular double wrist lock. Now how often are you going with a strong guy or a wrestler, and as you are trying to get this, his defense is to drive in and flatten you out. Either flat on my back, or he drives in at an angle and gets me on my shoulder. A lot of times getting the hands together. And then he stalls you out, your arms burn out, you know, muscle fatigue, and then you let go of it. So anytime you're sitting up on this here, and then the guy bull rushes in, as he does that, I'm going to switch my hand. See this to this, or Tom South style here? I'm going to lift my hand out, okay? And as he's flattening me, take that energy and hop my leg off at this angle of attack. Now from there, I don't have a full key lock here, I can't reach. Maybe I just have this. I have here, and my elbow in here, just like a variation on finishing a heel hook that Gopar teaches on his 5-set awesome leg lock DVD. Okay, we're at Gopar's beautiful Highest Time Academy here. So I go here, he's already yelling, pinch the knees. I'm gonna turn this way and walk. I'm walking the hand up, banana style, look at my other videos, to the back of the head and finishing the regular double wrist lock. Okay, so I'm here. So show that again. You alright? Yeah. Okay, so I'm here, and he's gonna bull me. I'm gonna switch off using that energy. Okay, and here's my counter to the counter, and now I'm gonna take this up my leg, banana it to the back of the head. Very efficient submission because I have an isolated motion with my leg, my forearms blocking him from really extending it and rolling it all the way out. Very high percentage this is going to be for you guys, and people aren't familiar with this stuff. Okay, stand up a second. That was like switching to kind of a single arm weave and the key lock all come together. Now for combatives, look at my Wolfman Combatives knife defense, stab defense videos. If this guy had a knife and he comes at me with his knife, I'm going to go here and wrap to here. I'm just showing how things in martial arts all relate to each other. Say I have a single arm weave there. Now we're going to use it in our grappling. Now all fours. How hard is it to get a rear naked choke on a guy nowadays? So whether I have him flattened out already, or I'm just here on the guy, there's a couple different things you can do. If you wrestle, you can put in a quarter Nelson here and start working on this guy's head. Well, look at that nice arm just hanging out there. I'm breaking him down, breaking him down, breaking him down, whatever it is. Here. Okay, so now he's flattened out. We'll do it from both ways. If this is here, I'm going to do a weave from the other side. So I'm going to weave this in this way. Then I'm going to put my hands together wherever it is. I'm using friction. And now we're going to just stretch him and lift up, back arch, And now I just hurt his shoulder and lat area, probably more like in here, right?
Yeah.
AC joint, I think. Not fun, right?
Feels like the arm's gripping up.
Okay. Okay, so go ahead, stay on your knees this time. I'll try to hit that same one. Okay. Now, obviously, you usually want control and flatten the guy. Superman him out. But you can go down. So here, I'm going to throw an arm in, work here. Oh, well, that's an arm hanging out. I'm a catch wrestler. I'm going to take that. I'm going to go in here, here. And see, I got that weave in. Now I got it deep behind my triceps, getting it even tighter. And now I'm tapping him on his knees. Okay, a little forward pressure with the hips, little back arch. This is nice. You alive?
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's do another variation on this. Okay? Make sure you're wide enough to get most of the stuff.
Right.
I got a cross wrist, okay, or near wrist, whatever you want to call it. Okay, a lot of times this is a great way of breaking a guy down, flatten him out, go for the choke. Okay, I like to single one-arm choke people a lot that way. Come back up. Let's just add this to this. A lot of times I'll be in here riding a guy, maybe I don't have both hooks in, flatten him out, see if I can work out. And now I'm gonna hammer lock the guy. Okay, so wrestlers and guys learning jiu-jitsu, they need to turn into catch wrestlers. So Ben Askren, I'm gonna show this one to you. Ben Askren's a guy that should be using all this stuff. Once he really gets his sub game down, the way he flows position to position and floats on guys is awesome. Okay, so and he could have went for those hammer locks a couple times in the fight. He kind of looked at it, he knew they were there, but he didn't really dedicate to it in his last fight. So I got a cross wrist here, and what I'm going to do now is work on flattening him out and bringing it up at the same time. Now it's kind of this position, but just like the keylock in the other position, I got one in. I'm going to weave the other one in. Okay, grab my triceps behind the elbows together. Now I got a hold on him. Now I still got tight on his waist, and now I'm just going to stretch. This time I'm going to, I feel the best way to submit him is this way. That was more his shoulder, like a Kimura position, taking it out this way, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I might also be able to get the same as the previous one with the arm weave the other direction. Just kind of a, as a stretch. As stretching this up. Don't forget hip pressure, guys, very important. So now, I'm giving you a whole system that is like double wrist lock, aka Kimura variations, that is a higher level game, in my opinion. It's more technical, it's more about leverage. You usually are gonna, you gotta hop to a better angle of attack. So it's not arm power versus arm power. So now if this guy drilled this all the time and became a killer with the timing and the transitions, you should be able to beat me a lot easier than how often do you get a Kimura from guard on a guy my size? Not too often, right? But if you get an angle of attack and use your body and your hips against it from guard with that arm weave, you can do it. If from side mount, you're gonna get a regular one when I'm bulldog strong and holding together, no. But if you switch off to that key lock and go to the other side, having your hips and gravity are involved, you could get me. And the ones from flattening me out, it's wrestling. And it's the guys not being aware of where their arms are. And so if you can use the wrestling to break the guy down, you're going to be able to do these submissions. And anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Please go to my website, thecombatsystem.com. I got great DVD specials, 10 hours for $90. Go to gopor.com. He's got some great DVDs, Gene LaBelle, and subscribe to my YouTube page, Dan the Wolfman 1. Appreciate your help. Thanks.